start a new drawing, so click this drop down arrow by the AutoCAD icon and select new and select Acadiso 3D template for metric units and click open. I'm just gonna adjust my screen to accommodate my reference drawing. And make sure to bring your drawing to parallel projection. Now I'm gonna start working with the front view, which is this one. So I'm gonna start with, this time I'm gonna use primitive solids or solid primitives. So inside the modeling panel, click this drop down arrow and select sphere and click anywhere on the screen, and for radius enter 8.25. Just gonna zoom extents and create another sphere. From center, see that a circle, just snap that. Before we proceed, go down to your status bar and make sure your dynamic input is on. So click this one here and polar tracking, object snap tracking, object snap, and selection cycling. Alright, so another sphere. Snap the center, see the green color, snap that. Or maybe I should change this first to wireframe so it's easier, or maybe I'm gonna try X-ray. There you go. Okay, sphere again, snap the center and enter for radius, enter 6.25. Alright, and then bring this to front view, and I'm gonna create a guide. So I need this cylinder here. So this one is a cylinder, and I need 8.93 height from 16 millimeters from the center of the sphere. So L for line, snap the center, go downward for 16 millimeters. Alright, and go sideways to this one. Oh, not yet. So enter first. So we need a line here for 8.5. So line. And don't click, just hover over from the in point, move sideways and enter 4.25, which is half of 8.5, and move to the left or right for 8.5 and enter. Okay, so I'm gonna draw another line which is 8.93. So from this endpoint here to this endpoint, click that endpoint, go upward for 8.93 and enter. So I'm just gonna track from that endpoint, click and click that endpoint. No, I'm gonna erase that line, erase this line, just copy this one. And maybe another line from endpoint to endpoint. Alright, now I'm gonna change my view to southwest isometric and create a cylinder. So click this drop down arrow by the modeling, inside the modeling panel, cylinder, snap the center. Oh, here I'm going to change the direction of my z-axis vector because it has to be parallel to the direction of the cylinder. So click anywhere on the screen and just move your cursor upward and click. Now a z-axis vector is going upward. Now cylinder, click that midpoint, snap that endpoint, and snap this endpoint. Alright, now the next thing to do is, okay, bring this to front view first, is I'm gonna cut this portion here. But first I'm gonna subtract this inside sphere from the bigger one. So subtract command, click this big one, right click, and select the small one, which is this one here. Enter. Now it's hollow inside. Now I'm gonna cut from 3 units from the center of the sphere. So I'm gonna draw a guide again. So L4 line from center, go upward for 3 units. 3, enter, and maybe you can go sideways here, straight 2. Now I'm gonna slice this object. So go to solid, select slice command, select this object, enter, click this in point, go sideways, and to specify a point on the desired side, just click it below this cutting point. So this one here. There you go. Now I'm gonna check the realistic. Now I'm gonna apply chamfer here on this edge here. Okay. So go to solid editing panel, click this drop down arrow and select chamfer edge, and the distance we need 1, and enter 1, and click this edge and enter again to accept. So I'm just gonna delete those, delete this one. Now the next thing I'm gonna draw is this one here. So this is a socket, this is the ball. So another sphere, click anywhere on the screen, and for the radius enter 6.22. And another cylinder. No, I'm gonna draw a line first. So bring it to front view. Oops, it's way too far. Move somewhere here. I'm just gonna turn off the grid. Now I'm gonna change this to wireframe, and I'm gonna draw a guide. So line again from center, move upward for 11.94, which is this one here. All right. And the diameter for this cylinder is 7.21. So I'm just gonna draw a line. Specify first point and enter 7.25. I'm gonna move this line. Move from midpoint to end point. Now I'm gonna draw another line from end point downward for 6.87. Track, click, and click this one. Now again, I have to bring my Z-axis vector, point it upward, and create. I'm going to change this first to X-ray so it's easier to visualize, and create cylinder from, so start from the midpoint here, snap that in point, and snap that in point. All right, now for the cut for the socket, I'm gonna create this one here. So bring your drawing to front view. All right, and draw a line from quadrant. So just shift right click and select quadrant, and go downward for 3 units. What I'm gonna do is just draw it here. So 3 units for the width, and the length is actually it's 3 by 3. So 3 units L, 3 units. Or you could always use box also. Click that. So I'm going to use primitive now. So end point to end point, and just make it long enough to hit the other side of the quadrant of this the other end of this sphere. So just about that size. And then I'm gonna move this one, move from midpoint to the midpoint of the quadrant. Not midpoint, to the quadrant. Let me see. And then move this one. So just enough distance so we could cut this object. Alright, so now use subtract command inside the solid editing panel. Select the object you want to keep, right click and select this object you want to use to subtract. Now I'm going to change this to conceptual. And I'm going to apply fillet. Okay, fillet edge. Right click, select radius option, enter 1. Select this edge. Press the shift key in the wheel of your mouse. Hold it down and then click the object you wanna, or click the screen to turn it around. And then click this edge. Enter and enter again. We're almost done. So what I'm gonna do now is union the objects. Union this one. Union this one. Now I'm gonna move this object. So move from the center of this cylinder, not cylinder, a sphere. See that the green color? Then snap it there. Now I'm gonna change this to, erase this one first. I'm gonna change this to realistic and apply materials. So aim A for materials, then select materials from the options and click this one to show the library. And I'm gonna click this drop down arrow and select metallic paint. So I'm just gonna use metallic paint. All right, I'm gonna use this one, this color for this one here, and then this one for this one. All right, what else? I'm just gonna move these two objects so I could get rid of the construction lines. And then I'm gonna check if this object is interfering. So go to home, oh no, solid, interfere. So inside the command prompt, you can find this text here saying objects do not interfere. So we're good. So if you wanna bring this to top view, I'm just gonna slice this one. So go to solid, slice command inside the solid editing panel. Select the objects, right click and specify center point. I'm just gonna slice it this side and keep the one on top. Then you can see how it looks. Use rotate command. So go to home, select 3D rotate. I'm just gonna rotate this one and specify base point. Click that center and then hover over that blue color, and once it turns gold, just click that and turn this around. See this one here? I'm just gonna try that and then select interfere command inside the solid editing panel and just window this one and then enter again. And again, it says here, objects do not interfere. So we're good. So thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon to get notified for the next tutorial. I'll see you again.